live. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Respect the Craft. This is episode number 104, and we are joined once again by our good pal, TCW GM himself, SP Andersen. How's it going, brother? Good
What's
evening.
going on, Ray? How we doing this fine new year so far?
I'm doing good. Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year. We had to start off
Cheers.
with our good GM here, SP Andersen. We have lots to talk about, SP, so I had to bring you in because if I'm going to talk to anyone about TCW, it has to be the GM, SP Andersen, because
That's right.
it's legit been this the whole time. It's been all gas, no breaks with you guys. I feel like I was surprised you guys took a break for the holiday.
Yeah, we didn't. You didn't see any shows, but we didn't take a break. We were busy.
I know. I saw there's always an announcement. Either something's getting booked, something's happening. There's so much going on. There's still an investigation going on apparently with Merck. So that's a thing.
Oh, well, Murray, yeah, don't even get me started on that whole situation.
We
nonstop, dude.
I kind of have to talk to you about that now because unfortunately that also happened when you guys were on your quote unquote off season. Escape from New York happened. We missed you at Escape from New York, SP. We knew you took a little bit of a hiatus from it because you didn't want to be biased toward Team Titan. But I have to ask you your thoughts coming out of Escape from New York. One, we get the attack on Merck that we still don't know. Was it Ray Calitri? Was it an unknown? We still don't know who it is. It's unknown at the moment who it could have been. There's speculation it's Ray Calitri. It could have been anyone in the locker room. Unfortunately, I was in my broadcast position, so I couldn't see who it was. If not, I would have let you know.
Superb job, might I add.
Thank you so much. But I have to ask you about that. So that happens. The Merck situation happens. Ray Calitri then takes his place in Team Titan, and Team Titan then just implodes in the main event.
Convenient that Ray was there, huh? When someone needed the.
I didn't even see him come into the building, so I don't know what happened.
He lives somewhere up in that area, but I don't know why he would suddenly be at a project event. He was never at any of the other ones we ran, so I don't know why. And then suddenly Merck's down in the back, and Ray's got a lot of jokes to crack on Facebook and social media. I don't know if Ray was involved with it. Honestly, why would he bother? If he wanted to be part of the team, he was on it at one time. Then he had a scheduling change. He couldn't make it. So, he was off the team. If he wanted to be back on, all he had to do was ask me. But I had the team that we wanted. We had the team that I thought was the best team. And if you look at that first round matchup, I mean, we swept Team Standalone.
I was going to say, we just posted that today on the project's Facebook. Yep. If you guys still haven't checked it out, definitely go check out that match and the whole Escape from New York. But Team Titan eliminated Team Standalone like nothing. Yeah. They looked like a well-oiled machine.
We stood alone. Just a little pun there, a little dad joke.
Oh, man. But then, so that happens. We get to their perfect team, all four members, and then it just imploded in the finals. Mm-hmm. So your thoughts seeing team captain Anthony Gangone tried to almost salvage the team, but at the end it was too much for him with both members.
Like you said, there's only so much Anthony could do. I mean, if anybody was going to keep that team together, it would have been him. But, PJ has his issues with Steve, and PJ has his issues with, this one and Ray. And they let their egos get the best of them, unfortunately. That's a lot of I won't say big egos, but a lot of guys that are full of experience and a lot of piss and vinegar, I guess we could say.
Definitely.
So the fact that we got through the first match with no problems. And then in the second match, Ray's on our team, like you said, and we implode. Maybe Ray ruined the chemistry of that team that night,
It could have been, but again.
We know he works best alone, so.
Yeah. But here we go. We got our comments here from our good pal, Wes and Kyle.
Hey, Wes.
There you go. And here we go. They say they should have Rocco investigate what happened to Merck. Maybe Merck, Rocco gets some answers on what happened to Merck. Again, we still don't know.
I have my Rocco calendar hanging up down. You can't see it right now, but it's in my room, my basement down here, right across the way. So thanks, Wes and Kyle.
There you go. But here we go. Now, again, we'll go from Escape from New York. Let's get into one of the reasons we're here today to talk about all things Monsoon,
yes.
The 3-year anniversary event. It's insane to think Titan Championship Wrestling has been around now 3 years. It's the anniversary event. It's insane to think that it's gone so long, and time's flying though. It's quick to think it's already been 3 years.
We went through a pandemic, we went through doing shows outdoors when nobody else was running. We had, maybe if Billy was listening right now, he could tell me how many people we had paid on the one show. I want to say it was close to 50, 60 people that were paid on one of the shows, just workers. Like we had so many people on these shows. We had a 2-ring battle royal, we did all kinds of stuff out. We had a drive-in show. But yeah, the 3 years has passed quickly, and we've had Monster Mac was our inaugural champion. Now we've got Anthony Gangone as our champion. Johnny Moran held the belts. We've had some great champions. Our middleweight champions, Rick Recon. Ray Calitri. It's been a solid 3 years, and as you saw by the poster you just had up, I mean, pop it back. Oh, look at that poster. Look at that. Matt Tremont and Steve Mack. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's finally the match that I feel like Theo Mack has been talking about forever, wanting to have happen, and it's perfect. It's perfect timing. And again, we kind of talked about it when I had Mac on last on the podcast, and I figured I was like, if there's ever a time to have the match, it just makes perfect sense. It just makes perfect sense. And here we go. What a match to not only just add to the insane card that is this 3-year anniversary, but also we're not just here to talk about the insane card. We're here also to talk about a very special thing that you're doing, SP, and that is the food bank collection for the Community Food Bank of New Jersey. Tell us a little bit about that, SP. What is this food drive, and why is this so special for you to want to help this situation out?
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that's watching right now that's had their cabinets empty at one point in their life.
Definitely.
And I might get a little choked up while I'm talking about this because this means a lot to me. There's a lot of families in this country right now hurting. People don't have the right food. They don't have enough food. They can't get nutritious food. There's kids that don't have enough to eat, and they're asking their mom and dad, like the commercial, why can't I eat apples and bananas? Like there's so many people out there that need help right now. And going into this year, I wanted to start it by doing something positive, and I felt that a really good way is to work with the Community Food Bank in New Jersey. A lot of people have worked with this organization before. They're an amazing organization. A $1 donation equals 3 meals for a family or an individual in need. And they go to food banks, they go to shelters, they go to like the Soul Kitchen kind of places, like in Tom's River, the St. Joseph's Food Bank. They go to all these places and they provide food for families in need. So families can come and get what they need, So it means a lot to me. And I just thought, like, with this vehicle that we have, professional wrestling, and so many people come to the shows, and so many people work on the shows. I thought, what better way to get the word out and to maybe spread a little help to these people that need help than through what we do with wrestling. And it's a hell of a vehicle to get the word out. And I'm really hoping we can help a lot of people out. So if you're out there and you want to bring donations, you can bring them to any event that I'm booked on. Any Titan event, here's a list of some of the items that you can bring. These aren't the only items, but you can go to this. It's cfbnj.org. You can get a further list and any information you want on the organization. This is a completely legit fundraiser. I'm doing this. It's not just Titan. This is something I'm doing. Any shows that I'm booked on, thank you for putting that up. Any shows that I'm booked on, I'm going to be collecting. So if it's UWC that I'm at in Bordentown, this Saturday they have a show, I might be there. I'll talk to Lois about that this week. If Chad has me at any of the standalone shows and he wants to help out, I'll do it there. Anywhere that I am, Project Codename Wrestling, anywhere that I am, I'm going to be collecting. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll be posting links like you just had up. There's a link on there for cash donations. If you can't make it out to a show and you want to donate $10, $20, whatever it is, it's going to go a long way. Just keep in mind, you donate $10, that's 30 meals. It's 30 meals for somebody. So
Gotcha.
a little bit goes a long way. And thank you for asking me about that tonight. It means a lot to me.
No problem, brother. And again, the link will be in the description down below as well, guys. Click on the link, make a donation, especially it is the holiday season still. There are a lot of families, sadly, that couldn't enjoy the holiday season having a warm meal or having a meal like this. So definitely check it out. Check the link. And again, if you're coming to one of these events, again, make a donation if you're able to. Again, any of these items could make make a person's day, especially during these tough times.
Yeah,
But
it
here we
makes the
go.
world.
We also have another special guest, SP. We have the
Hey,
CEO
what's
himself, the owner of Titan Championship Wrestling here.
Oh,
Billy, how's it going, brother?
All right, how are you?
What's up, brother? Staying safe
Nothing,
out there, I
brother.
hope.
Yeah, man. Working my way out of Butler, PA, which is above Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Working my way down to Atlanta.
Oh boy.
Load of steel, mile per mile, state for state. However, I am on Respect the Craft. I was actually gonna really put over the fact of that food drive, man. I think it's so awesome, and I think it's a heck of a job that you do in SP, and I'm
Thank you.
fully
Thanks for helping
supportive
out,
of
man. I really
everything that we
appreciate
have here,
all the
man.
support.
Absolutely. Every show, 2023, or everything that Titan does this year, man, is fully supportive. We will have a box, man. All the food goes to that food drive. And, I'm with it, brother. I'm with it.
Love it.
There we go. But Billy, thank you again for joining us here. We were just
No,
about to
thank
start
you.
talking about it as well.
Yeah,
It's the
let's get down to
3-year
some business,
anniversary
baby.
event. So congratulations on that again. We talked about
Thank
how
you.
insane it is that how fast the time has gone. The Titan has now been around for 3 whole years. So that's
when you sit back and you look at it, right? So the team, the Titan family, I mean, right? You look at the history of the company, of everything that's been through. I mean, we survived the pandemic, we survived the lockdown, we survived outside weather elements, we survived. I mean, every bullet that was shot at us. I mean, and here we are going into our third year. It actually marks our 31st show. I am counting, and
It's all in the notebook.
hey, it is, brother. I get the purple one. But the goal is I'm looking forward to the Titan 100. But man, 2023, I've been saying it for months. All gas, no brakes, and man, the run of schedule you guys are going to see is just that. I mean, these guys are busting their butt to make this happen. I mean, look at the things that that SP has been doing, right? So it was phenomenal. It's been phenomenal. The team here has been phenomenal, and it's just there's no quit. There's no quitting these guys, and that fires me up. That gets me motivated. There's no quit to me. With legit eight branches of Titan that's out there this year, and 2 of them still haven't even been announced. So there's 6 out there publicly, but 8 branches of Titan. You want to talk about a busy year? It's a busy year.
Yeah, we're not stopping.
No, not at
that's
all.
amazing to hear. And again, just getting to see what's already been posted and just hearing a little bit of rumblings of what's coming, what's to come. It's insane. So, and again, I commend you guys on that. But let's get into a little bit of this show, because again, there's a reason why this is such a big event. It's 3 years in the making here. I guess why not? Let's start with this matchup, one of the biggest on the card.
Yes.
The main prize at Titan Championship Wrestling, the TCW Heavyweight Championship, as it's both TCW and Funhouse Wrestling champion Anthony Gangone defending against Rick Recon, the former TCW middleweight champion, now finally challenging for the most prestigious prize in TCW. Let's get your guys' thoughts on this one. Anthony Gangone versus Rick Recon here.
I feel like these two have been on a collision course since the first Titan show, really. Anthony Gangone's been here since day one. I'm not sure if Rick was. I was not here on day one even. But it feels like these two have been the heart and soul of Titan for a long time, along with Steve Mack. But yeah, I've felt like Anthony and Rick were on a crash course, especially when Rick became middleweight champion and Anthony was still seeking that gold, be it middleweight gold, heavyweight gold. And it looked like that Rick might ascend to that heavyweight gold before Anthony, honestly. And that's something that Anthony had an issue with. He took it into his own hands, and now he's the heavyweight champion. And Rick, he had his downtime, but since he joined with Blaze Haram and since he suffered that loss to Ray Kalitri for the middleweight title, he's been on a tear, man. He's got this new attitude, and I don't know, man. Anthony's got the fight of his life in store on the 14th, I think.
Well,
Definitely that.
Anthony Gangone, going into a little bit of history about these two. Anthony Gangone was actually the very first match of Titan's 3-year history. on the debut show, it was Anthony Gangone versus Jay George. So I mean, that really set the pace and the tone for Titan, right? So, and Rick Recon debuted at Titan at the drive-in show, the very first show out the gate for Titan. You know, actually in the tri-state area, we were the first ones to run.
Yeah.
We legitimately were the first company out there, and from lockdown. And Rick Recon started off with us there. So theoretically, I mean, pretty much, you know, both of them from the beginning. Well, definitely Anthony, but Recon as well.
That just shows you, though, how fundamental both men are to the state of Titan Championship Wrestling. Being there from day one, being from legit match one with Anthony Gangone, that just shows you how the hierarchy has been. And again, both men almost leading last year. Rick Recon with an amazing reign as middleweight champion. Anthony Gangone, the chase to finally become TCW heavyweight champion, and now walking into 2023 as champion. And I feel like it's going to take a lot more than a lot to take away that championship from Anthony Gangone.
This match will set the tone, man, for sure, for 2023. I mean, this match will set the tone in Titan. This will see which direction we truly go, you know. If Rick can take that belt away from Anthony, things are going to change, man. It's going to be a lot different.
I agree, SP. You know, I look at, and I'm super proud, and I mean super proud of Titan's heavyweight champion, right? Anthony Gangone. I mean, if I could tattoo him on my forehead, I would, you know. That's how proud I am. And Rick Recon, it's, you know, right? If Rick Recon,
you could take my design, Billy. I have one of those.
Nice. Rick Recon, I mean, is really built himself and established himself to be the superstar that he is, right? So, you know, I got to be really super proud. I'm gonna break kayfabe here for a little bit, but I mean, the announcement that he just put out, you know, we do have an event on March 25th with which Recon won't be there, and I graciously, you know, definitely let him unbook himself, but he's going to be a part of that Super 8 tournament, which I think is like the coolest thing. And Titan 100% is backing and supporting Rick Recon in regards to that. So, you know, as much of a bad guy that he is, and he is, because we've had our own wars between me and him, and you know, he may just very well be the Titan heavyweight champion going into that Super 8 tournament. So, I mean, talk about being, you know, proud, right? So I'm proud of both of them. I really am. And you know, I don't like this new persona of his, but I am proud of both of them.
Definitely so. But again, from one huge matchup at the event, let's go to this one again. I feel like it's a dream match to anyone that you talk this about. It's a matchup years in the making, almost a quarter of a century a year in the making here, as it's going to be Steve Monster Mac finally going head to head with the bulldozer Matt Tremont. And this is a match that I feel like, I hope you guys have insurance on the venue because
SP,
of what could happen with this.
All I got a text message from SP. I got one text message. Pull the truck over. What do you mean? Pull the truck over now, like big capital words. Now. I said, SP, just call me. Why? Right? Like, I'm driving, you know? Next thing I know, SP calls me. Did you pull over? Yes, SP. I'm at the Everest area. Well, I had to go to the bathroom anyway. So, right? He's like, next thing I'm like, what happened? What happened? He was like, I'm like, all right, what happened? So he's telling me, he was like, bro, look what we just booked. I was like, so he made the deal happen. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it definitely accelerated me going to the bathroom. But that's how happy I was. But you know, he booked that solid, and I mean, bro, like, yeah, we actually had to up the insurance for that one. So
yeah, you know, it reminds me of what matches I've seen Steve work over the years, and the people that he's been in the ring with. And one of the people that I never saw him in a ring with was Matt Tremont, and these guys have both been around forever, knocking the crap out of people. And seeing Louis and Mac go at it in that ambulance match, I don't know if it was early in 2022 or late in 21, but that match came to mind right away. And this match will be no less than that. This match is going to be a brawl. It's going to be a brawl.
Absolutely. Yeah, these two gentlemen have never faced each other. I mean, Steve Mack, one half of the Titan Tag Team Champion, and I mean, look at his long history here. I mean, long. He's the inaugural heavyweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, bro, he's put out just about every single person here, including ECW superstars and former WWE talents, and Steve Mack has been unstoppable.
He definitely has. And again, this has been a match since, again, every time I've spoken to Monster Mac, to Theo, it's about wanting this match to finally happen, especially that he keeps saying he's on that road to maybe putting the boots down. This is definitely one that needed to happen, and it's a great event to make it happen. 3 years, again, 3rd anniversary here. This is a match you guys are not going to want to miss. If you guys haven't already, get your tickets now. Link in the description down below. Because this match alone is worth that price of admission. Like, even those first 2 matches we spoke about. Like,
bro, Matt Tremont's debut single match at Titan Championship Wrestling at the 3rd anniversary. As Pete put this together, how huge could you really, really get? Hey, bro, you I had nothing to say. I need to pull over.
There you go. There you go.
The mountains are getting to you there, Uncle Cletus.
Oh, man. Trust me. My brakes are steaming up here.
Get some of that moonshine for me out there while you're out there.
You got to see how many times I gotta take this off the ear. You got to see how many times I take this off the ear so my ears can pop.
Oh, yeah. Be careful out there.
Keep us moving, Ray. Keep us moving.
There we go. Hold on. I got to make sure I get all the comments in there. Got to keep the people happy at home.
Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Nettie. How are you?
But here we go. Let's go into now a little more of a feud-based matchup here, because this is one that it's taken over Titan Uncensored. It's taken over social media. Every time I look at a post, somehow it's just Ben Castle doing something even crazier. So let's go into this 3-way dance here, triple threat match at the event. It will be Abraham Khan, Ben Castle, and I'm hoping I'm not saying his name wrong. Blocks? Is that his name?
Blocks,
baby. Blocks.
Okay, there we go. So I feel like Blocks, unfortunately, is in the middle of an insane feud right here, because you have 2 guys that know each other for years. They've come up in this business together, and now it's just Ben Castle again. Just something's not right in Ben Castle. Something's not
right with Ben Castle. I think everything's not right with Ben Castle.
Well, there's some things right. I've been able to have a conversation with him on the podcast.
Really? Because that's what I've been able to do. I got him down to sign him to a contract, and that was about all I could get out of him.
I got a good 20 minutes, and then I kind of got scared, so I had to end the podcast.
Yeah, it happened.
But again, this matchup happening. So talk to us about this. How did this 3-way come to be?
Well, he's got personal business with Abraham Khan. Him and Abe go back up into New York, I believe, was where they first trained together in North Jersey. So they had personal beef that I knew nothing about until Mount Olympus. And they got into it at Mount Olympus. Ben had a great night, actually, at Mount Olympus. He was very impressive. And Abraham Khan was one of the guys that he took his wrath out on. Come to find out, they have personal beef. And now Blocks is stepping in there. I guess Blocks goes back with these 2 also. So, as far as Ben goes, the guy is a lunatic, but he's amazing in the ring too. I think maybe he lost once to Frankie Picard. I'm not even sure. I know they had a pretty insane little series of matches. But I wouldn't put anything past Ben Castle, honestly. So I kind of am afraid for Blocks and for Abraham Khan.
I got to double down what SP saying. I know I'm a little unhappy about the stupid promo that I seen about attacking fans because he's this close away. I mean, legitimately this close. This is a shoot from being kicked off the show. So, Wish.com britches better start slowing it down. Outside of that, the match is going to be huge. you know, Abraham Khan definitely, you know, I've had a lot of talks with Abraham Khan in regards to their personal, going back in the day. Blocks, who I call my Toretto, is, you know, he's looking to make a statement, especially after, you know, Hoboken, right? When it was Blocks versus Ben Castle in Hoboken. So, I mean, this match is personal on many levels. I just hope it don't get out of hand. You know, I do have two security guys that'll be watching this match. I know SP with me will be watching that match. So we're just, you know, we want to see who's going to win out of this match, but we're just also playing cautious that it's not going to get out of hand.
Mm-hmm. We'll be ready.
And again, that's all you can hope for is, again, hopefully everything stays civil, but I guess we'll see what happens at Monsoon. But we had a comment here from Uncle Magic himself asking about the Funhouse involvement. So I have to give the Uncle what he wants here. So let's talk about the Funhouse Women's Championship being defended on that night, as it will be Amanda Fuentes defending the Funhouse Women's Championship here against Becca Wiley. This has been another feud that has been just building as far as costing championship opportunities, and now we get to a title match at Monsoon here.
Well, this is about as personal gets, right? So we got to remember going back to Mount Olympus, where Amanda Fuentes attacked Becca prior to the three-way match. It was supposed to be Amanda versus Becca versus Angel Orsini for the Funhouse Women's title. So Amanda Fuentes attacked Becca, which she was unable to compete. So this is definitely personal as well. So yeah, it's definitely an ongoing feud, a very bad ongoing feud. To touch on Magic's Funhouse, which I did have to stand down on, but I didn't forget Magic. Magic, Funhouse of Wrestling actually took over the pre-show for the third-year anniversary. So both matches that are Funhouse matches are the pre-show. They completely took over. I had to boot my pre-show matches because Magic demanded it. I'm all for it. But let's just not forget how Magic drew me out of my own venue. So you and I will cross paths one day, old man.
Poor Magic.
Well,
I'm afraid for Becca, honestly. I don't know what the hell she's thinking. I love the girl. She's a great up-and-coming superstar, Titan, goddess. Amanda's going to flatten her. I'm sorry. I feel really bad for Becca, and I'm scared for her. So that's all I'm saying. I'm going to have the EMTs are going to be there. Nettie's going to be ready. I love you, Becca, but please just do what's smart.
Can we not pull Nettie? I need her for the pictures. Like, can nobody get hurt this time, please?
Becca, you hear that? So we don't need you getting flattened and smashed and destroyed by the champ. So please be careful.
You have no hope in the poor girl, huh?
I have hope. I mean, I'm scared for her, you know? I mean, I didn't want to put this on our show because I'm afraid for Becca. I mean, Amanda's experienced and she's strong and she knows what I'm not even trying to be funny. She knows what she's doing, and Becca is young and she's just starting out. And
hey, I'll give her this though. She has that heart. She has that heart. You've seen it in every match she's been in at Titan, being a part of the Goddesses division.
Got plenty of heart, but
look who she's training under now, though.
I am personally Becca's number one biggest fan. I think she is phenomenal.
I love her. I'm a big fan of hers too.
We have a oh yeah. Well, you know, listen, Amanda's got no breaks, you know.
Oh.
What is it? BREAKS? BRAKES.
Wow,
which one is it, Amanda?
Because I'm afraid of her too. It's not only Becca. Anybody she goes against, I'm afraid for them. She's serious, man. She doesn't play games.
No, she's not.
She's not here to play games.
I definitely get that. But again, I'm going to be – I feel like we might see a surprise at the show. Again, Becca's definitely been putting in that work in the dojo. She's training under Preacher. I feel like there's something there. This might be the night.
Becca. Let's see it. Show me. Make me a liar.
But hey, let's get the other match out of the way as well, so that way Uncle Magic's
That's
happy.
another one with his own
Let's-
motives.
Let's talk about this here. It's going
Eric
to be
Corvus.
Eric Corvus going head to head with Joey Adams here for the #1 contendership for the American Luchador Championship, which I believe is being held by Smiley, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So that is this matchup here. Eric Corvus, another veteran of the game. This should be interesting. This is going to be a part of the pre-show for the 3rd anniversary, so that should be a good one. Eric
Billy,
Corvus
you know what's funny about these two going back to UWA days, man. I mean, these guys have been kicking the hell out of each other for years.
Man, Dave Swan got a good thing going on
Yeah.
over there, man, at UWA. I gotta give props where props is due, man. They do their thing. Always been a friend, always been a fan of their product.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but great people. Always were great to Nicholas and all that. You know, I do got to give love and admiration to that. But Eric Corvus was on the debut event of Titan as well in Barnegat.
Yeah,
right?
he's been on quite a few of our shows over the years. He's been wanting to make his way back to Titan. So I think this is a good showcase for him to show us that he's still got what he had many years ago. Because let's face it, none of us are getting younger. Me and Eric came up together for 20 years, man. You know, I don't know when he started, but I remember him about 20 years ago with Tommy Force and these guys. You know.
Do you remember the ambulance match in Sayreville that day? With Eric Corvus was in it?
Yep.
Phenomenal.
Who did he wrestle?
I believe it was Chenzo.
Enzo?
I believe it was Chenzo. I believe it was Eric Corvus versus Chenzo. If I want to.
Was that our first ambulance match, or did we have one before that?
No, that was the very first one.
That was our first. Was that the
was the very first. That was at the Sayreville building.
Sayreville, right? Yeah, that was cool.
Prior company.
That was neat.
Yeah, it was.
Cool.
We plan on going back. We definitely plan on going back when things are in motion to make that happen.
And Joey Adams too. Not to cut you guys off, but Joey Adams is a veteran, and he could be a champion in most companies. So I'm honestly looking very forward to this match. It could be we might have this match on a Titan show in the future as a main event. I mean, these guys could both wrestle for a title. So we'll see what happens with that one.
No, you never know. But here we go. We got Too Hot Steve Scott in the chat saying hello, gentlemen.
Steve's my favorite person in the world. I love Steve Scott, by the way. He's the most positive, he's just a very positive guy. I have nothing bad to say about Steve. Love you, Steve. You're the man.
There you go. Hey, there you go.
I'll give you a little story. About Steve Scott. We had a birthday party for Sophia many years ago, and Steve Scott was Sophia's, favorite wrestler. I shot a message to Steve. Steve came down to the birthday party, surprised her. So it was, Steve always. I love Steve for that.
There you go. Good guy, Steve Scott.
Oh,
but now let's go into this because we talked about the situation earlier. We talked about, again, at Project Codename Wrestling presents Escape from New York. Unfortunately, an unknown assailant took out former hardcore champion Merc. Investigation's been going down. No one knows. Unfortunately, I was in my spot at the broadcast table, so I didn't get to see what happened. I was as surprised as the fans, not knowing there was going to have to be a replacement on Team Titan Championship Wrestling. But there's some speculation. It could possibly be this man, and it leads us to this match here.
This is what this caused. This is what this entire situation caused. I have been backbreaking work. SP, me, Charlie, Tony, dealing with the higher ups at Project to try to figure out who attacked Merc, and it has been nobody. I mean, we've come up with nothing. There isn't a thing we haven't overturned.
The cameras weren't working. Nobody saw it, but someone was there to take a picture. Come on, somebody knows something.
Merc said he saw clothes, and I mean, yeah. Was Kalitri there? Did he see the clothes? Sure. Did Kalitri have a motive? Maybe. Well, ultimately he did, right? He wanted to be involved.
Yeah.
But for every account that everybody said, Kalitri was with them.
Mm-hmm.
Kalitri was never alone.
I don't know who it was.
Merc says it was him. He feels it was him. I don't know You know, I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
he's going to have a chance to even the odds because he's gonna go one-on-one with the middleweight champion with that championship on the line. So
Well, I
if
mean,
Ray
Merck
did
demanded it.
something wrong, he's going to pay for it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Definitely so. Again, this is going to be, again, Merck had almost that hardcore title. Just he had the iron grip on it. So I can imagine he wants to replace that championship now with the middleweight championship
Mhm.
here. And who knows who could take that championship away from Merck. But again, we'll see because Ray Kalitri, it took him a while to finally win this championship as well. I know he's going to do whatever it
He'll
takes,
do whatever.
especially with AJ Penn in his corner. He'll do whatever it takes to keep that championship around his waist
Certainly.
to all of the trips that he takes to around the world. So that's going to be
I mean,
one to see.
everything that AJ Penn touches is gold. That's fact. Whether I like the guy or not, it is fact.
There's something that is happening on this show that's been kind of bugging me. I don't know which graphic you have set up next, but Johnny Moran and Aaron Roxas. Johnny Moran loses his championship. He goes on a tirade. Has done nothing but complain ever since, but he's also got this new edge to him. And I don't know if it's because of Roxas or whatever he's got going on in Scranton or Throop or wherever they're from out in Pennsylvania. But this dude's got a new edge to him. I don't know what he's up to with this open challenge because I think the whole locker room would like to come out and shut him up. But it's going to be interesting to see who'll step up and take that challenge.
It definitely is.
It won't be me. I'm not doing it. I don't think it'll be Billy either.
No, it ain't gonna be me because I'll tell you right now, if I've even got to see Johnny Moran at this point, he could go elsewhere. There's a whole lot of companies that are willing to take him.
But I will be ringside for that. I want to be there and see who he decides to who's going to open this challenge, who's going to answer this open challenge. And
I just personally don't feel that Aaron Roxas. Yeah, I just don't feel like Aaron Roxas is a fit here. You know, I know. I mean, I know you and I have had differences, but
he's a sneak.
Yeah, I agree.
He sneaks around. He lurks in the background. You know, he's a snake. So
yeah, that is definitely causing a different side, sadly, of Johnny Moran that we didn't see. We weren't seeing this side of the dark horse. I feel like, unfortunately, he did warn us, SP. He warned us that there was a side we haven't seen in Titan Championship Wrestling. And maybe this is it. Maybe Aaron was finally the one to pull it out of Johnny Moran.
We saw it coming. He tried to use the championship belt in the match with Gangone, you know, and then the night that I almost got put to sleep, you know, he did some questionable things that night too. So,
well, I will tell you this, SP. I don't know if you've seen. I went through the file, and Aaron Roxas, I didn't give him a full year. I only gave him several months. He's actually up in June, so I don't necessarily. Yeah, so
maybe he'll answer the open challenge.
Who's going to answer with? I'll throw him out of the building.
Ray, keep us moving, Ray.
Let's keep it going here. Let's talk about this because this is another development happening at the 3rd anniversary event. A new championship debuts. So let's talk about this as the Mob 5 TV title is coming to TCW. Can we talk about this? What is this championship going to be?
Billy, this is you, man. This is your baby. Tell them about it.
Yes, sir. I mean, when Blaze Haram pinned Merck 1, 2, 3 and took over that hardcore title, nobody in Titan Championship Wrestling has been more hardcore history-wise than Blaze Haram. I mean, going back to the Iraqi prison match and all the other hardcore matches that he's done here. He denounced that title, put that title to bed. That title no longer valid nor defended here at Titan Championship Wrestling. However, in replace of that, a Mob representative and owner, Marcus Reyes, will be on hand to debut that title, and that title will be given in replace of that hardcore title to Blaze Haram. Blaze Haram is the Mob 5 sponsored title of the American title. Now, the irony is the American title going on Blaze Haram, right? So, there's irony there. However, Blaze Haram knows, and he better defend it with pride and with American Spirit, right? So we expect him to do that, and that's that's our policy. However, um, we are excited to step away from that hardcore uh, genre of Titan and focus on the pro wrestling aspect of it. And clearly, Titan is all about opportunities, right? So, I mean, hey, what better way to for opportunities is for a is to be champions. So
Leading into that, we've got a hell of a match that night also for the new number one contender for that championship.
I was just going to mention.
There he is. Ray's right on it. My
look
man,
at that
Ray.
graphic. Look at that. Look at the size of the competitors in this match alone.
Yep.
Like you have Public Enemy number one, the Don himself, my boss man at Project Codename Wrestling, TJ Marconi. You have 1/3 of the TCW Tag Team Champions, NWA's own Black G's. You have the debuting Chris Cage there. You have Ken Powers. You have Stan. It's a who's who here in this six-way elimination matchup. And again, this is to get the first shot at that championship. That's insane right there.
Interesting in this match is seeing TJ Marconi in a match with Chris Cage. All the competitors in this match are worthy of that belt, of that number one contendership, I should say. But Nakamura together in one match, they think that they have the upper hand here. But I had news for them the other day when they brought it up to me. There's only one winner of this match. So if you two want to team up and you think you're going to be slick and beat everybody else, that's fine. It's going to come down to the two of you. And unless one of you is going to just put the other one over, which I'll be very ticked off about, we're going to have one-on-one with Chris Cage and TJ Marconi possibly. And who wouldn't want to see that?
Well, they do kind of have an advantage, though, because it is basically 2-on-4 at this moment.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they have an advantage, but if you look at the other guys in this match, if the other guys want to team up on those two, they have an advantage.
This is true. And again, I know Benjamin King
this match. I mean,
he's going to do whatever it takes to make sure his client gets the win here as well. So
it'll be interesting. I can't wait to see that match, honestly, and see who's going to be our number one contender for our new Mob 5 championship. So
definitely so. But again, we got to talk about that because we heard it's going to be Blaze Haram as the first Mob 5 champion, but his night isn't free either. He has a matchup that night as he's going head-to-head with Pro Wrestling Magic's own Steve Off here. So this has been one that, again, it's been brewing as well, as we've seen in all the just rage that Blaze Haram was doing last year and attacking Magic, doing all this just heinous acts. Steve Off was one of these guys that he didn't want this to stand. So this is going to be one I can't wait to see what happens when they go head-to-head.
It's a grudge match. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be the last time you see Blaze, I think, really in that hardcore mode. And Steve will definitely be. Steve's been dealing with a lot personally lately, I know. So he's going to come in fired up and ready to kick some ass. And he's got a lot of issues with Blaze. So, Billy, I'm not sure that belt's not on the line in that match, correct?
That belt is on the line.
It is? Okay, we are. Okay, it'll be the first defense of the champion. Cool. I wasn't sure if we were going that way or not.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. Oh, was that Blaze? Did he just call me a jerk job?
No, that's Jeanette talking about.
Okay.
I believe she's talking about Haram. Yeah.
Steve Off is my choice. Haram is a jerk job. Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, my chat's down. I can't see anything. So
I got a lot of messages and emails in regards to that match the first time that happened between Blaze Haram and Steve Off. The fans wanted to see it again, and they wanted to see it with that same intensity that these two had brought into that match. So, to double down what SP said, yeah, that's grudge. I mean, this is definitely off the first one. So I think the second one's going to just be a little bit more hard hitting, and it'll be exciting to see who comes out of this one.
Definitely. So again, that's another matchup right there. That is a reason to get your tickets right now. Everyone, link in the description down below. But we're not even done yet. We're still not
Hey,
done.
what do we got next?
So let's talk about this, because from one open challenge to another, let's talk about this, because he's going to be there. The Titan Killer will be at Monsoon. So
This is all SP.
SP, talk to us about this, because as far as I know, he was about to just, that's it, take off his boots and he was done. So how did you convince the Titan Killer?
I had a few conversations with Vince outside of wrestling over the years. Since he's been gone from Titan, we've stayed close friends. And the one thing I wanted to see, and honestly, I didn't think he was going to come out of retirement. But I proposed a question to him. Would you like to come and be in Mount Olympus? Would you like to have one more moment in a ring at Titan? Would you like to try and become the champion? Something he always wanted to chase, but he never got that chance. And he said yes. So, he came for the show and he did well. And then he said he wasn't ready to retire. He said he wants more. He's still hungry. He wants to kill more Titans, he said. So hopefully that won't happen. But yeah, Vince will be in the house. Who will he be facing? Will he be facing someone? That's yet to be seen. I guess you'll have to come to the show and buy tickets and find out exactly what Vince Saris will be doing that night. But I'll tell you this, he will be ready for action.
Who knows? Maybe he's the one that answers the open challenge there. Maybe he's the one that steps up.
Maybe he will answer that open challenge. You never know who it could be. You don't know.
That's a possibility right there. And again,
that's what we do.
We never know. We never know what Vince might do that night. Again, who stops him from saying you can't do something? Who's going to tell this guy no?
Stop him, really. I mean, like one-on-one, I'd put him up against anybody in our company. I'd put him against Mac. I'd put him against people from Funhouse. I'd put him against Big Jeff. I'd put him against Atomic Dog. Anybody that's big. Like, think of the heaviest heavyweights that we have. I put him against TJ Marconi. I mean, him and TJ, could you imagine that collision? What if we brought someone else back? There's other guys that aren't around. What about a match with him and like a guy like Tommy the Moose? What about a match with a guy like Astro Morales?
Yeah, there you
go. The possibilities are endless here, man. I can't wait we have so many things coming down the pike in 2023. Billy knows. All gas, no brakes, man. The stuff we're going to pull out for you guys this year is going to be phenomenal.
There you go.
You said it, man. Couldn't say it any better the way you just put it, brother. Thank you.
That's perfect right there. Let's go to another title match here. Let's talk about the lightweight championship division here. A triple threat match will be happening at Monsoon, as the current reigning and defending champion, Rocket, will be defending against Jay the Key Evans and Salim Alexander, who is now, again, I guess he's aligning himself as well with Benjamin King. Benjamin's very persuasive from what I'm seeing, because he's stacking a new roster of just members here.
He is. We actually have a little sit down planned, a little business lunch coming up in the next few weeks, me and Mr. King. I want to see what his plan is. I mean, what he's told me so far about the division, I'm liking what I hear. He's a businessman. I'm all about business. This is a business first and foremost. We're a family, but it's a business. And that man has business on his mind. And when he's here, business is good. So this match, Jay Evans back. He's back at Titan. Came back at Hoboken. I mean, and Rocket, the lightweight champion, and this is his first triple threat defense. Like, this match is going to be off the chain, man. It's just going to be bodies flying everywhere. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait.
Definitely. That's what that division brings. I love to see that kind of those kind of matches. You definitely, it's just that high risk, high reward style that you got to love to see.
There'll be a lot more of that in Titan in 2023. I can promise you that.
Absolutely.
Again, it's just, we're just going to keep putting this graphic up, because that's just the moniker there.
But it is right there.
It's living great right there. All gas, no brakes there.
I want to talk about a match we have coming up, right? And I hate to mess your flow up here, because you probably have a graphic ready to go. A good friend of mine for a long time is wrestling his last match in South Jersey. Craig Steele, the real deal, is going to be taking on PJ Savage. Craig and me go back pretty far. We've worked together a long time, back to when he had his air gun big fuzzy jacket. It's a shame that he's not going to be around the shows anymore. He's always a positive influence in the locker room. Yeah, get that graphic up. He's always a positive influence in the locker room. He teaches the young guys. You know, he's always there to give a helping hand. And we're gonna miss him. We really are. But business is on his mind that night, and PJ Savage is quickly rising up the ranks at Titan. Obviously, he was on our team at Escape, but he caused a lot of problems at Escape too. But this match is going to be no less than Tremont and Mac. I mean, it's going to be if Tremont and Mac is here, like this match is right here. Like these two are going to collide. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle in Brick, New Jersey.
Definitely so much to prove in this one because again, it's PJ has been just on a tear, and again, I know he's not in the best mood after Escape, but also Craig Steele's looking to prove he's going out on his terms. He's going out on top, doing things his way, and this is one that SP you couldn't say it any better. It's at par with just the whole night.
Right there,
it's a whole night of insane matches.
Yeah, any match on this card could be a show stealer. Anyone,
definitely can. It's always a cliche. It's like any match could be the main event.
It's true.
It's proving it here with this 3rd anniversary event. So,
but we know what the main event is. It's Recon and Gangon for that heavyweight championship.
We talked about that at the start because we had to go just quick into it. Let's also talk about this because again, we talked about the amount of brands that are going to be extending in Titan Championship Wrestling. The Goddesses of War division is back. The part of the division here is going to be at the D365 Cup here, and Kevin Nasta is coming to Monsoon to talk about that. Do we have any insight what this announcement could be? What is happening when Kevin Nasta walks into the building at Monsoon?
This is you, Billy.
I do. I mean, I've got all the insight about it. Kevin and I had a meeting about a week and a half ago, and there's some business he has to discuss and take care of. You know, for me to explain what that business is here, it's not theoretically my place, just like when, you know, SP has to make announcements, it's not my place, right? So, I mean, the thing is to be there to hear it, right? You know, he's going to go over a lot of what's going to go on in regards to the Goddesses D365 Cup, the relaunch, right? So,
no, definitely. Again, I had to ask because again, as the journalistic approach, we got to try to get something. But this is again why you guys have to get your tickets now. Be there because it's a night of insane action, and you never know what else could happen.
I can't wait to hear what Kevin has to say, man. I'm excited for the relaunch of Goddesses. Like Kevin behind the wheel, man. Oh man, it's gonna be fantastic.
Just looking at who's in the tournament alone, it's insane. Looking at the names,
16 burners, man. Like, 16 burners.
Like it's great. But here we go. Before we end it here, we still have one more match we got to talk about here. Let's talk about this because again, it's a return here as well, if I'm not mistaken. So we have Jocko coming to Titan as well, but then you have Jay Akira in action here. So talk to us about this because Jocko, we've seen he's been around with PJ Savage, he's been around with the Takeover, but now we have Jay Akira coming into the mix. Talk to us about this matchup, guys.
Jay Akira was on the very first Titan show, right? Monsoon in January. So, you know, we wanted to.
Nope. We lost you, Billy.
Nope. There we go. We can hear you now.
Uh-oh. You're having some difficulties. I think what he was trying to say is Jay was on the first Titan show.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, barely.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
A little bit.
Yeah, I don't know why my headset disconnected, but just real quickly, because I'm going to have to go, but Jay Akira was on the very first Titan event. So I obviously wanted to bring back one piece of history, right? At the beginning of our history, we wanted to bring that back. So none other than Jay Akira was here One of the very first people that I contacted, hey, would you like to be a part of Titan? And he graciously accepted. So it's it's super excited to have him back. He hasn't been here in 3 years, so it's going to be great to see him.
All right, there you go. That's a
He
great way to
said
bring
that
him
we're
up.
happy to have him back at Titan, so I'm going to second that. And
Definitely
it's
so.
going to be a hell of a matchup there with him and Jocko. Jocko goes all the way every time. It's like his partner face.
Yep, definitely so. And again, that's why they do take over every time they're around. But Billy, thank you again for joining us here, because I know now you're going to unfortunately have to leave us here. But thank you again for joining us. It was a pleasure having you, Billy.
Thanks, Bill. I'll see you. I'll talk to you this week, boss man.
There we go.
He gone.
And unfortunately, we lost. He's a busy man, though. He gave us his time.
Trucking
He was
across
here
America,
for almost an
man.
hour. So
Heartbeat
we thank
of
the boss.
America.
But again, it's truly that moniker there. It's all gas, no brakes. But again, we went through the stacked card. But before we go, once again, SP, just for anyone that maybe is just tuning in now, talk to us a little more. You knew where I was going with this, so perfect. Talk to us a little bit more about the food bank collection. And again, the link is in the description down below for anyone that wants to make a monetary donation. But talk to us about what else they could bring at Monsoon to donate.
See it there, man. Any canned meat and fish like that. You got tuna, they get the spam cans, stuff like that. Shelf stable milks, stuff like powdered milks and stuff like that too. Boxed cereals are big. Anything like that that's like perishable that'll last. Anything like that. Anything on that list that you had up. People can bring anything like that. At the bottom, there's a little section for like non-food items. There's diapers. There's feminine hygiene products for females. I mean, any of that stuff. And that's, like that everybody joke, oh, that's a very important item because diapers and feminine hygiene products aren't covered on a lot of things. You can't get them with, like, people that are on EBT and SNAP cannot get those items with their EBT and SNAP. And they are very expensive. So if people can donate those kinds of items, we really would be appreciative.
Definitely, guys. And again, if you unfortunately can't make one of these upcoming events like Monsoon, link in the description down below again for monetary donations. Like SP said, even as low as $1.
Dollar makes 3 meals, man. They can get 3 meals out of $1. So you donate $1, somebody's getting 3 meals. You donate $10, you're providing 30 meals for a hungry family or individual. I mean, that really goes far for somebody. Think about that. Next time you want to buy that wrestling shirt, or next time you want to buy that pack of cigarettes, or next time you want to buy that whatever you spend money on, think about that $20. That $30 could go, $30 donation. Think about that. That's 90 meals. It's 90 meals, $30. So if you can give, we'd appreciate it. Hungry people of New Jersey will appreciate it, and the food bank, the community food bank in New Jersey will appreciate it. And most importantly, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for supporting this cause. And Ray, thank you for making it such a big part of this interview.
No, definitely so, SP. That was the main things I told you when we're going to have this. I want to talk about this just to, because again, it's a very difficult subject to want to touch on, especially we're in the holiday season. It's sad to think about, as much as we're enjoying the holidays, we're all going through it, but to think there are families, sadly, that didn't have a meal this holiday season.
There,
they didn't have anything.
Been there. It's not a good place, and a lot of people I know have been there, and I don't ever want to see anybody there again. So as much as I can do to help, I'm going to do.
Oh, definitely so. And again, I'm going to make sure every episode going on now, we're going to have the link for you guys as well. Anytime, if you can donate, make sure you guys, it's a great cause. And again, just think about, we've all sadly been in that situation once or another. So definitely help out if you can. But SP, thank you again for joining me here. We'll be seeing you on the 14th at Monsoon. Guys, check out the event, a stacked night. We talked to you. It's all just main event caliber matches there.
Look at that card.
It's insane. So get your tickets now. That link also will be in the description down below. And also make sure you follow Titan. Make sure you stay up to date, because you never know when another announcement could happen or who else could be joining Titan Championship Wrestling on that night. So stay tuned, all of that. But we'll be seeing you guys on the 14th. Till then, thank you again, SP, and to everyone watching. Thank you for joining us here, kicking off the new year. And as always, don't forget to be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people. respect the craft, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.